What if I told you you're not really living in the exact moment you think you are? You're not as in control as you believe. And the world you see isn't as real as you think it is. Maybe it's time we drop the illusion of a fully realized present. For starters, the view you're looking at right now is not actually real. Only a tiny fraction of what you see is sharp and detailed, about the size of a thumbnail. The rest is blurry, but your brain stitches those blurred fragments together to make a seamless picture. Look around you. You'll see that every second, your eyes are flicking rapidly from point to point. But you don't notice this because your brain doesn't show you what it's doing. During these movements, your brain actually shuts off vision so you don't see a chaotic blur. So when you look out into the world, you're really seeing a carefully constructed version of reality, a snapshot taken by your eyes and reassembled by your brain. And it does this without showing you its process. It's like a painter mixing colors behind the canvas, and you only get to see the finished masterpiece. But that's just vision. Other senses add their own versions of reality too. Light, sound, and touch reach you at different speeds, nanoseconds, milliseconds, fractions of a second apart. Yet your brain synchronizes them into one smooth moment. What you call the present is really a version of the past, delayed by a fraction of a second and selectively edited. Your brain essentially decides which details to include and which to leave out. So what does this mean for how you experience the world? First off, you don't even see things as they are. You see what your brain predicts. Imagine facing a fast-moving ball in a table tennis match. If you relied only on raw sensory input, by the time your brain processed the image, the ball would already have passed you. To keep up, your brain projects the ball's position into the future and creates an imagined version that feels real enough for you to react in time. And before you consciously decide to swing, your body has already begun the motion, guided by unconscious predictions. This doesn't just apply to sports. Even walking is a constant act of prediction. Your brain anticipates your steps, sends signals to your legs before your feet touch the ground, and prepares multiple possible responses in case something unexpected happens, like slipping on a banana peel. By the time you consciously realize you're falling, your body is already correcting itself. But the implications go even further. Your emotions, hunger, and fatigue are not just reactions to the present moment, but forecasts made by your brain. If you usually eat at the same time each day, your brain releases hormones to prepare you, making you feel hungry right on schedule. At a party, your brain predicts your emotional state based on past experiences and primes your body accordingly, sometimes even making you anxious before anything happens, simply because it expects you to be. In essence, while your unconscious mind handles rapid reactions and predictions, your conscious self excels at long-term planning, abstract thought, and rewriting the story. You are both the passenger and the narrator, the one who makes sense of the fragments, builds the bigger picture, and ultimately decides what story to tell about yourself. But isn't this just a very complicated way of saying, I always have the last word? Not exactly. Sure, you get to narrate your life story, but it's not like you're free of influences. Your early experiences, genetics, education, and social interactions all shape your perspective. Think of it like this. You're not just writing a story, you're performing in one too. You have lines to say, moves to make, and even costumes to wear, all influenced by a mix of factors beyond your initial choice. And while you can memorize all the lines and practice the perfect delivery, there's still an element of spontaneity involved. You don't know exactly how the audience will respond or how the other actors will perform. There's no full rehearsal for life. So yes, you're not living in the exact moment you think you are. Your senses deceive you. Your brain edits your experience, and your actions are guided by predictions and instincts. But within this complex system, you find delight in simple things. Ice cream, internet videos, or even pondering which kind of Pokemon you'd be. And that's okay, because even though we may not be in control of everything, we still get to enjoy the journey.